Hola. Hey, Taurus. Welcome. Today, well, let me get started first. I'm horrible with introductions. If y'all are new here, my name is Ashley Indigo. I hear, I see, I feel. I'm here to hear what you can't hear, see what you can't see, and feel what you can't feel. And today, Taurus, we are going to be doing the December monthly energy reading. Now, today, I'm going to mix it up. I'm one of those people, I just get bored easily. So we're going to mix it up and we're going to do a couple different decks today. Usually, I will do my energy. I'll start out with the Light Seers Tarot cards. I'll read those. And then I would do my loving words from Yeshua, my loving words from Jesus. But I want to mix it up a little bit. Family's a strong theme this month. I know that we have all lost some people this year, some loved ones. Um, know that we have all lost some loved ones. Hold on, I want to mix it up a little bit. Okay. So I'm going to be reading from a couple different decks. I'm going to use the Psychic Tarot deck today. I love this one. This is just another one of those that resonated with me. Sometimes I'll use that in combination with my energy deck. But I like to use the Psycho Tarot deck because I consider myself to be a very thorough reader. That's literally why I have to time myself for these reads, because I'll give a person all the information in the world. I'll information dump. But there's a part of me that knows that all of that information can't be processed. So I'm learning to just kind of slow it down and use what's really specific. If anyone's see what I'm talking about? If anyone wants anything more specific, all of my information is in the bottom, my description box. So you can always use that to get a hold of me. There's an email in there, and we can always do something. I do have an extra reading that I do, but I'll go ahead and put that on there when I get the time. And then instead of my Loving Words of Yeshua deck, I'm actually going to use this, my Angels and Ancestors deck. I really love this because our lineage just goes so far back and we don't even think about it sometimes. And I feel like as we go through our life and as we make choices, Taurus, we are always learning, and we're always growing. Um, so yeah, that's what we'll do. Okay. All right, Taurus. I was talking a little bit in the collective. If you have not seen the collective read, you may be able to pull some information from there. But I was talking a little bit about moving into the 6th year and the 2022 energy. And I'm proclaiming it the year of self-love. And I love love. Love is my favorite thing. Not even relationship love, but just love. Like just the warmth, just the feeling, just the smell, just the taste, just love. I love it. Maybe that's why I feel the way I feel about God, because God is love. But love is my favorite word, if no one knew. All right, so we're going to go ahead and pick 3 of these cards and 1 of those. So we're going to be doing 4 cards total, okay? 4 is angels. It means protection, guardian angel protection. You're watched, you're guided, you're loved. 1, 2. This one. All right, 3 cards. So let's see what we got, Taurus. It's looking good, honey. It's looking good, Taurus. I feel like these talks we've been having been working, okay? All right, so these cards, I love them because we look at numbers, we look at colors, and we look at energy, okay? First card here is 3. Rejoice in celebration. There's 3 people. They are clinking their glasses together. And one thing that I noticed is lots of green. And I noticed the number 3. 3 is a couple different things. 3 is the age of our inner child. So it's about connecting with the inner child part of us. There's so much information out there for inner child. I feel like nowadays you should get it, but if you don't, nothing to be ashamed of. So much information out there. I have 2 videos here on YouTube. They'll be on my channel. What is the inner child 1 and 2? I'm actually going to redo those in a more organized fashion. I was very tired, so please excuse the way I look and the words that I'm messing up in that video. But there is some information in there about it, okay? I see someone celebrating, and it's green, so that's heart chakra energy. I see someone celebrating. The first thing that comes to me is like an engagement. There's an engagement, people clinking glass at engagement. I feel matters of the heart. So I feel lots of love, Taurus. I feel like there's a few ways to look at this. I know I got to slow down for y'all because y'all might think every person is Mr. Right and Mrs. Right. So, couple ways to show up. I feel rejoice and celebration with others, like an engagement, a wedding, some type of relationship, like a honeymoon, a getaway, a staycation, a vacation. I get that. I also feel self-love. I feel like, Taurus, you are turning it up on the self-love, and I am here for it. I am loving it, honey. The whole self-love thing. And I feel like you might want to rejoice and celebrate in that. I feel like you're celebrating yourself more. So, whereas before, maybe you might not have wanted to be alone. I know Tauruses are deeply sexual people. So, I know that one part in being a sexual person is there's got to be someone around you. And so I don't think that Tauruses too much enjoy being alone. They always like to be surrounded by friends or a love interest or something. They don't like to spend too much time alone. I feel like you might be starting to learn how to enjoy your time alone. Excuse me. Especially if some of you are parents or some of you have children. You may be learning to, might be able to celebrate it. You might be rejoicing in yourself, rejoicing in, a celebration. It's not always a party. Celebrations can be small victories, If I'm on Weight Watchers, me and my examples, Jesus, if I'm on Weight Watchers and I'm allowed to have however many points for the day, and I have like 5 points less than that, that's something to fucking celebrate because I've ate within my little Weight Watchers budget. I might want to have a glass of wine. I don't know how the Weight Watchers shit goes on, but you hear my point. Like rewarding yourself, rejoicing. This is different, and I use wine because people may say, like, Ashley, oh, you talk about alcohol, spirits, blah blah blah. The best clue that I can give you is if you go to a liquor store, you'll notice 9 times out of 10 that the word wine stands out alone. Wine and liquors, wine and spirits. You know what I mean? Every once in a while, a place will be called liquor store, bottle shop, but they don't put wine in the category with alcohol because wine is made from grapes. Grapes is a fruit. God created grapes. Wine came up for celebration. You know what I'm saying? Jesus turned water into wine. All these things, it came up in celebration when they would have, wine back in the older days. I'm sure people were drunk, but Jesus drank the wine. People would drink the wine because it would make them merry. It would make them have a good time with the celebration. It just brought out the parts of them that were merry and that were childlike. Nobody got belligerently drunk and busted bottles over people's heads and got all crazy, okay? So I'm just saying rejoice. I'm getting a very classy vibe, but I'm feeling like you're stepping your game up. Something has clicked inside of you, Taurus, that is like, the message that I get is this is personal. I'm coming for everything that they said I could never have. I'm coming to get every fucking thing that's mine. It's like now that your self-love has went up, now that your feelings for yourself have increased, now that those feelings have increased, you're feeling like you want, now that those feelings have increased, you're feeling like you want to take care of that 3-year-old. You want to get everything for yourself you ever felt like you deserved, but you knew no one was going to do it for you. You knew no one was going to get for you. Shit you might be buying yourself Christmas presents this year, which is, there ain't shit wrong with that. Because on my 32nd birthday, I bought myself a massage. I bought myself some shit from Shein. I ordered me some clothes. I bought myself a big ass bouquet of flowers. I even had my higher self write my, me. Well, actually, what I did was I wrote my inner child a letter and had it delivered. And so when I got it, it was like, that child part of me, because who's not happy when you get something, that child part of me got that card and read it, and it's something that's stuck inside of me. So I feel like you're starting to take more care of yourself, but you're like rewarding yourself for taking care of yourself. You're giving yourself incentives for taking care of yourself. If you're not, start. But I really love to see that in you, Taurus, because you deserve that. All our heart energy is open, and I feel like, Taurus, your heart might have just been breaking for such a long time. Self-worth might have been questionable for so long inside of you. I know it. I'm a Cancer. I've had those feelings of, no, I don't feel good enough. Am I good enough? I've cried over men. I've done that shit. You know what I'm saying? I will never sit here, there, any motherfucking where and lie about it, I'm thirsty. Sorry about that. It's like, I could have drank that with a lady, but I'm just being real. I'm a water sign and I'm thirsty. 7, stand your motherfucking ground, okay? It's a new you. I don't know what your moon sign is, but find out. This is very much giving me Heroes vibes. Remember that show? I know Hayden Panettiere was on it, and everyone was like all supernatural and shit, and it was Heroes, and it had like that half like moon shadow. That honestly doesn't even look like a moon. It looks like it's like Mercury or some shit. I can't gauge it though, obviously. But it was very symbolic. You're being made anew. A new you. I feel like the shadow side of you. See, we're all taught that everybody has urges and we stuff shit inside of us and blah, 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 blah. It's very important to get in touch with your moon signs. I really want to do something to where everyone will like get to know their moon signs, because it's so helpful to know your moon sign, because it helps with it. It points the right finger for you, like in relationships. It just points the finger for you to have emotional. That's what the moon's about, emotions. So when we study the moon, in essence, we're learning emotional intelligence, which a lot more people have. If you don't know your moon sign, get at me. Maybe we can work it out together to where I'm always that chick that's like, oh, you need help trying, I'm her. Like, I'm always that girl. You are learning how to deal with your emotions. It's not easy, but you're doing it. So I salute you. That's Taurus energy, persistence. I see that 7. That's rewards, that's spirituality. You may be having an upgrade in your spirituality. And because of that, because now you know who you are, or you're finding out who you are, you're just not here to take nobody's shit. I feel an evolution inside of you. I feel acceptance for the not so pretty parts of yourself, like accepting your flaws, which, I mean, to love yourself is to love yourself in completeness, in totality, in wholeness. Part of loving yourself in wholeness is loving the parts of yourself that aren't so lovable. So often we look for other people to do that, and then we come to find out that other people can't even handle loving us in those moments, in our shadows. Sometimes you got to learn how to be your own best friend. Not forever, but just till you get through what you're going through. If you don't have trusted friends, keep it inside. Talk to God. I would rather talk to God on my knees for 4 hours than talk to a hating ass bitch for 10 seconds. So I feel like by this age, we should know who's there for us and who's not. It's not about understanding, because God tells you that once your mind is in the right place, He'll reveal the mysteries of the universe to you anyway, okay? It's about understanding the fact that we're not here to please people. We're here to please God. We lose people every day. Friend today, not your friend tomorrow. Learn to let go of the people. If you held on to God the same way you held on to people, you would be fine. You have a loyalty, but the being that deserves your loyalty doesn't necessarily have your loyalty because you have not given it to them. Give it to God. All of it. Yourself is good enough, Taurus. Okay? I feel like you're finding that out, but I feel like you'll go back and forth between like, I'm a bad. I got, I'm that dude. I'm that chick. But then have other times where you feel down on yourself. But then feel bad for feeling down on yourself. And feel pathetic for, you know what I mean? Be easy with yourself, Taurus. Be gentle with yourself. Be loyal to yourself. You're a hell of a best friend. So if you're the only best friend to yourself that you have, are you really that bad off? Over this past year when I've done hermit mode, you know who my best friends were? A 1-year-old, a 3-year-old, and a 13-year-old. Now, me and the 13-year-old, we don't always get along. Shit, me and the 3-year-old and the 1-year-old don't always get along. But they ride for me because they're mine. They came from my body. They came from my blood. They've proved they're mine. And those are the best friends that I could really need. Now, I'm opening, the door to some people. I've met a lot of people. I'm blessed for that. I've lost a lot of people. Shit, I'm blessed for that. But stand your ground, Taurus. Don't ever shake. Don't ever switch up. Stop deciding if you're good enough for people and start deciding if they're good enough for you. It's kind of like when you get in a relationship with a hot ass mess guy or girl and everyone tells that person they're so good for you, they're so good for you, and then you find yourself wondering, but is this person good for me? As we move into 2022, 6 energy, big boss, big self-love energy, you're going to find out that you love yourself more than you ever did before. And as you continue to love yourself, people will disappear. People will question you. People might treat you like you think you're hot shit now that you have self-love. Fuck them. We're only here to please God. And in order to do that, we have to learn how to be ourselves. In order to be ourselves, we have to learn who we are and then set up boundaries. That way, when people go against those boundaries, we know to cut them off. Solar plexus. In control. You're taking control. You're taking control of your life back. I feel like, Taurus, you may have felt like you lost yourself in some ways in the past. And you've been working diligently to get your shit together. You've been working diligently to not just talk about it, but be about it. There's 3 energy on this card, so that's extra action. You've been taking extra action to not fix yourself, to program yourself to the best ability, giving yourself the best programs. So this means that you might be hanging out with different people. You might be studying astrology. You might be studying psychology. You might be studying anything that's going to help you elevate. You might have made some new friends who, their kindness, their spiritualness, their energy, knowledge, whatever it is. Whatever it is that's an aid of healing. Now it's rubbing off on you. Positive energy, good vibes only. You're feeling more in control. Now, when we talk about the chakras, let me stand up. Let me show you, okay? Sorry. Now, our tailbone, which is like the back of our tailbone, so that comes out about right here in the front, that is our root chakra. That is red. Right here is our sacral chakra. This is our emotional chakra. So that's orange. Right here in the gallbladder area, the digestive system, that is your solar plexus. That is the area where that holds the energy of control, of self-control. Okay. If our solar plexus chakra is not yellow, if it is drained, okay, we might feel like we have no control. We're out of control. We don't have any choice. We may put our control in the hands of someone else. You'll do all those things when you have no control. But when you take action, your solar plexus is yellow. It's bright. It's moving the way that it should be. Now, some things to help strengthen that area would be Vegetables. Yellow vegetables. I actually have a whole chart, y'all. Yellow vegetables, okay? So you could do bananas. Let's see. This is where like the metabolism, all that shit goes down. Okay, self-control, solar plexus, we do that. So like if someone has digestive problems, like last January will actually be a year, which is crazy because that's when my whole everything fucking changed. I got my gallbladder taken out because I was having issues with my gallbladder, but on the side of that, I was having emotional issues, relationship issues. I mean, I had just had a new baby. I was very confused. Make a long story short, I've read cards for a long time. I had some people in my family who didn't agree with my cards. I had some people who felt like it was evil, this, that, third. So I quit. But I never I read energy. Okay? That's what I do. I read anything that can be read. A person, a book, anything. I'll read that shit to filth. Okay? And I found myself in a situation to where I have something I know I want to do. I have something that I feel good about. Okay. I have a wonderful relationship with God. But then I've got other people who have a relationship with God as well. Our relationship with God, it's personal, it's different. Telling me that my cards are evil, this, that, the third. So I quit. I quit everything. I second guessed myself. I started to become the opposite of who I was. Now, once I was in that weak space of second guessing myself, now everything can get to me because now I'm confused, because everything that I thought that I knew, everything that was jiving with me, everything that was making me feel like an empowered woman, and I started to feel out of control of my life. I think I was emotionally eating. I'm a Cancer. That's what we do. You should know a little thing about that too, Taurus, because y'all like to eat too. And I just felt totally like out of whack and powerless. And like I had no control, and I just was in a really, really bad place in the relationship. And when my gallbladder got taken out, I just started to feel brand new, like a new person. I wasn't sluggish. I wasn't bogged down by other people's theories. And slowly but surely, I found myself back here reading cards. I think I quit in like 2018, and I didn't pick up another card till 2020. And I find myself back reading cards, and now I find myself back being in alignment with who I am, in alignment with what I can do. And the reason that I feel that is because I know my relationship with God. Before 2 years ago, I wasn't this person. So I sat and I gave my power to other people. When someone told me it was a bad idea, I gave my power to them. They held my power. I no longer held my power because now I'm not doing what I want to do because someone else told me it wasn't for me. And so many times in our lives, we let people talk us out of our own decisions. But if God wanted us to take other people's advice, if he wanted us to live how they lived, he would have just made us them. We can express ourselves. There's 1,000 ways to express yourself. Just like there's 1,000 ways to say you love God. Just like there's 1,000 ways to do anything. There's never just one clear way. But as long as you are in control, as long as you are living and loving your life to the fullest, and you feel good inside about what you do, regardless to what anybody else says, you're closer to getting what life is all about than they may be. So, I understand, even for me, when I say these messages, I say them because I want people to know God. I want people to know their self-worth. But I can't get you to know God. And it just takes me back to a dream, to when he told me this a couple years ago. I can't get you to know God if you can't hear me. Okay? If I come out the woodwork, hitting you over the head with the list of should, coulda, and would'ves, God will lose you. He will literally lose you because it is human nature to rebel. That's why most people don't choose God. Because religions, any religion, I mean, I grew up Christian and I follow a lot of Christian ideologies. I don't agree with everything, but that doesn't falter my relationship with God. I still have a good relationship with him. But I realized that he gave me a brain. Me and Samantha, Joe, we don't all have the same brain. He gave me a brain. And so because I talk to him, he talks to me. So I understand that I'm in alignment with my purpose. I understand that the biggest setback is letting other people tell you what you can and can't do with your life. But take your control, Taurus, okay? And do what the fuck you want to do. Take this. Now, when I say do what the fuck you want to do, of course, within reason, you know, everything we're doing is for the higher self. But when you become the best version of yourself, when you become happy, truly happy for other people, for yourself, when you become responsible and accountable for yourself, for you, yourself, your children, when you show up every day to do your best, even if you don't like the circumstances, you are so close to God, you could taste it. People want to tell you that you can only get to God, you know, doing this, that, and the third. But I'm sorry, that's not true. Nobody is privy to that information. Like, unless God he doesn't want to make it difficult for you to come to him. You really only have to be a good person, have good morals, take care of the children, not your children specifically, the children, and let everybody know that the only reason that you're doing this and that you can do this is because of God. It's really that simple. And there's even scriptures that back that up. You know, people will read the Bible and they'll say that it's contradictions. Yeah, it's contradictions if you read one piece and then you read this other piece. That's why you have to just kind of read and study on your own and try to make up your own mind. And the thing about it is, once you're in that vibe, you move out of the understanding of the mind now to inner knowing, to higher understanding. Seek and you will find. Matthew 7:7. If you're looking for a specific answer and God sees you searching for it, he's going to give it to you. That's why I tell people, no matter what religion you are, as long as you want to know the truth, as long as you look for the truth, as long as you pray to know the truth, you will get the truth no matter what. Okay. Angels and ancestors, Taurus. I love it because I feel like if you're here with me still at this point, we're riding for God all the way. When you ride with me, you ride with God. And that makes me happy. I'm not going to lie to you. Okay, now my angels and ancestors. These are messages from the ancestral line, okay? Now, we're not all related, but we're all connected, okay? Just want to pull this one. I want to mix it up a little bit. This is beautiful. I feel like it was so perfect for you, okay? So, Heart Guardian. Now, I think this is perfect for a couple of things, okay? It's a beautiful redhead lady. She's very sensual. I'm getting Taurus energy off of it. This is fucking interesting, dude. You're not going to believe what I'm about to tell you. So, I double as a conspiracy theorist, as some of you don't know. It's my Scorpio moon. I can't help it. I'm just obsessed with the shit. But I do know that when for the powers that be, their downfall will be symbolism, okay? I talk about Disney a little bit here and there. Walt Disney. Let's a little story time, okay? Because I got to give y'all some back information for y'all to get where I'm coming from. In short, if you've ever done any research on Walt Disney, if you've ever done any research on, you see it? What this means? That's an MK Ultra symbol. If you do not know what MK Ultra is, you need to do your research, okay? MK Ultra was a tool, was a mind control tool that the CIA used to use. Okay. And they say that that was what was wrong with Marilyn Monroe, MK Ultra. A lot of celebrities are under MK Ultra because they help keep the culture and the system in line because they have popular influence. The government works with celebrities and stars because when they tried to use politics, they saw that people were not interested. The youth, which is the future, and Satan's target is always the youth of every generation. They saw that the youth was not interested in politics. They were not interested in voting and that shit. That's why when these people run for president and they run for different oh, sorry guys, my love came to see me. Anyways, so that's why when they have these politicians and why when they have these different things for voting and whatnot, they'll have celebrities and shit come perform because they know that young people don't give a fuck about politics. That's why they do all this other shit to try to get people to vote, because we won't even get it. But my conspiracy theorists, y'all know what I'm getting at. So anyways, they use the MK Ultra. Mickey Mouse was actually put in place as a tool of MK Ultra to slip subliminals into children. And if anyone is familiar with the Ghislaine Maxwell case and you've seen the list, you will see that Disney is on there. It is all connected. If you don't know what MK Ultra is, get that in line. But I noticed the MK Ultra over this lady's head. I noticed the programming. And this programming starts as a little kid because that's where we watch Mickey Mouse, okay? This person is moving out of the embedded traumas via MK Ultra, and they are moving into the heart space. Taurus, your planet is Venus. Venus is the planet of love, natural beauty. So, of course, you're going to be, when we're in the green right here, we're in the natural heart space. Okay? It says, Heart Guardian, love and let yourself be loved. Make sure that the people that you're putting energy out are putting that same energy back in towards you. If they're not, stand your ground and cut them the fuck off. Okay? We teach people how to treat us. So if Bobby's been treating you like shit for 5 years, don't be mad that Bobby's still treating you like shit in year 6. You keep the shit up. You have permission to cut off somebody if it's not working. But this says to love. Keep loving. Keep a big heart. But allow yourself to be loved. That means that the minute somebody does something that is unacceptable, the minute somebody does something that hurts your feelings, don't start a fight. Speak up. If they can't handle it, they need to get the fuck on. God only wants us to have the best. We can't waste our time no more. Not in 2022. You're going to notice the days are going to start to be shorter. They're going to start to be faster. Because shit's going to get real. And God's people, he's only moving the days fast so that we don't have to endure all this bullshit at a slow pace. Okay? Stay woke. Pay attention. Taurus, I love you. You have a beautiful night.